Hello again, Paula and Jacob with us this morning, and Dr. Andrew Meyerson joins us, come to us from the picket line. In fact, I think we've got some picket line pictures that you took, so we might be able to see. These were taken by you?
Yes, sir.
Where is this, Andrew?
This is right outside of St. Thomas Hospital in London, across from Parliament.
And it says you pay, what does it say? You've got your placard, patients need doctors, doctors need jobs.
Yes. When Labour took over last year, they said, okay, we're going to have, and I admire our leadership in the BMA and also our health secretary as well, for coming to the table, for meeting with the British Medical Association, our union. I'm just a rank and file member. And for bringing an end to these strikes and saying, okay, we are going to start with a very good pay package. And we said, okay, good. Thank you for taking this seriously. We are going to put strikes on hold for a year. And we are going to continue the negotiations, making sure that we can get to full pay restoration. Right?
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
So a lot of people are saying, okay, well, if you've gotten such a high pay increase, why are you asking for even more?
That's it.
Exactly.
That was my question 5 minutes ago.
It's a very fair question. And the issue with that is that we have sustained such a significant pay drop over the last 18 years that it takes such a large increase.
Just hold on with that.
It takes such a large increase. Give me a second.
It
takes such a large increase in order to get back.
No, they're not only striking for the money, and this is what we really need to dispel. This is also about ensuring that there is patient safety. This is also about ensuring that we have the doctors to care for the patients in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, because the system is crumbling, not cracking, crumbling.
I'm an American citizen. I'm originally from Baltimore. I could go back to the United States and earn 4 times as much. Okay. I have colleagues that I work with that have gone to Australia, that go to the Middle East, that go to Canada, Ireland, where their salaries are double, triple, where the quality of their lives are so much better. This dispute that we're having, it still involves the pay restoration because that is an essential component of this in order to keep doctors here. However, the big change is that there are newly qualified F2 doctors who just graduated who don't have jobs. Okay. I was just on the picket line with somebody, and they were just telling me that in their F2 teaching, which they have
Foundation Year 2,
that they are discussing working in a restaurant, driving an Uber, working in a supermarket, and then also doing some extra shifts in the hospital.
Take a call in a moment. Andrew, sorry, don't filibuster. Sorry.
No, I'm not. When you have the worst waiting list in NHS history, you cannot have doctor unemployment. It does not make any sense. You can make 4 times as much doing the exact same thing in the United States where I'm from, but I don't want to because I value the NHS, because 10 years ago, 15 years ago, before you guys took over, it was ranked the highest, it was the #1 healthcare system in the entire world. And you were in power for 14 years. And if you look at where the waiting lists were, if you look at where people's experience, with their GPs, A&E, cancer care,
let's pause. Andrew, just pause. I've just got to do a few.
Sir Barry, come on.
Well, waiting lists have never been longer. People have never, the dissatisfaction has never been higher. And
engineered by your party because you wanted to push the population.
Sorry, a second ago. Let me finish. A second ago, it was the Conservative. I'm no longer in the Conservative body. You say what you want about them. A second ago,
what's the difference now? You grow a mustache and call yourself a reform candidate now?
The second ago is that...
And you deserve, and everybody at home, you deserve to see a doctor when you need to see one. Within 24 to 48 hours at your GP, within 4 hours in A&E. You deserve to have your cancer care seen.
Let's Anne speak. Hang on, she's called you.
We're not hitting these targets because we don't have enough staff. We need to look at the situation now. We have the worst waiting list in NHS history, and we have doctor unemployment at the same time. That doesn't make sense. We have 20,000 doctors that applied for training spots that do not have jobs next year.
Okay.
If anybody wants their cancer care, they're not going to have that without that doctor.
Let him answer, Sarah, please.
Sarah, it's a fact that £400 billion was taken from NHS budgets over the last 15 years because of the Conservative Party, okay? And the Labour Party is not doing enough to rectify that situation right now. And we experience this every single time that we have a strike. We're asked, oh, you have an obligation to do no harm. I'm sitting there in my A&E. I'm seeing patients. I'm seeing a waiting room of working class people who deserve care, who are crying, who are in pain, who don't have enough nurses in there looking after them, don't have enough doctors, and they're waiting for 12 hours in the most miserable day of their life, in terrible pain, waiting for somebody to see them.
Because there aren't enough doctors.
If we do, because there are not enough doctors, because there's not enough staff, because there's not enough beds, there's not enough social care. Sir Jake Barry, you guys took away £400 billion from NHS budgets.
You admit the betrayal of your
Paula,
patients.
Betrayal from government ministers like you, sir.
Right. Okay.